And we're walking through 4, now 5 ways to celebrate virtually. And we did the Academy Award, the Good News Hunt, the self-portrait, Give Me 5, and now the car wash.
Car wash. And this is about celebrating human beings that might be in your class. So this is reminding me when we were in face-to-face and I was teaching at a college level, we would do something called a car wash, which essentially we would call a car wash for a student and someone would say, it's so-and-so's birthday, can we do a car wash? Or someone's feeling really bummed out today, can we do a car wash? Or someone really is having a hard time. So for a car wash, all it means is we used to line up on 2 sides of a hallway and the person would walk through the car wash and they would just hear genuine compliments and kind words as they walked through. And even as a professor, every once in a while, I'd say, I'm calling a car wash for myself today. And so I would do the same thing. And I only did that once in a while because but basically it's just really fun to think about the ways in which we can bolster each other with these kind words. So a car wash now virtually, we can't line up, we can't talk to each other as they walk through. So instead you would do what we call a chat splash car wash, which is, let's just say I was talking about Kristie and I put her and you put her in the center and everybody writes a compliment, a thought about who she was as a learner, like something related to the content she brought to the class, something more than I like your hat, I like your sweater. It has to be deeper than that. So we also talk about what we're going to talk about when we do the car wash. But that's another way to have a celebration.
Yeah, I'll do a variation. So same thing when we were in person, we would oftentimes during a retreat or a mastermind or something where adults were doing some really deep work together, at the end of a circle, we would be sitting in a circle. I would stand up and I would stand behind each person in the circle. And let's say I'm standing behind Julie. I would say, what do we know about Julie? And then just like popcorn, everybody in the circle would say, she's kind, she's creative, she's generous, she's brilliant, she's my friend, she's a mom. And it just goes and goes. And then people are picking off of each other's adjectives. And it usually oftentimes will bring someone to tears because there's just so much kindness. And so you can do that same thing, just like Julie described, virtually, and you could unmute, everybody unmute, and everybody just yell it out. Sometimes you're talking over each other. Sometimes we're talking over each other. Maybe you want to just type it. And then that person has this recording of all these beautiful things that this circle of people feel about them. And then they go to the next person and the next person and the next person. So that's another way to do the car wash.
So we're here today to talk about professional development and how to celebrate things professional, like in terms of professional development. That's why we were asked this question. But I'm just all of a sudden thinking of what you talked about with the circle. And I was thinking about all these families who are celebrating virtually. They're celebrating Hanukkah virtually. They're celebrating Christmas virtually. They're celebrating the New Year virtually. And they aren't with their family like usual. So we can't wait to hear if you try one of these things. So I'm picturing if you have a big family and you decide to do a car wash and really have clear rules about what's okay and not okay in terms of compliments and kind thoughts, and then let everybody go ahead. I mean, just think about the difference that would make in your family's connection. So you can also use these things for virtual family connections too.
Well, I think it goes back to where we started, Julie. It's like, you know, everybody's sort of like, oh, this is no longer the tradition, but we've been doing so many things unthinkingly again and unconsciously, and we just get together. It's just this holiday because our family celebrates it, or it's a baby shower, it's a graduation, or it's a instead of really thinking about what is the purpose. And if the purpose is to feel connected, if the purpose, to use your phrase, to feel seen, the purpose is to give kindness and gratitude, then these types of celebrations become much more purposeful. And we don't have to be sad about what was, but really elevate what is.